D'Angelo, the visionary R&B singer who helped pioneer the neo-soul subgenre, has died following a battle with cancer, according to a statement from his family published by multiple outlets. He was 51 years old. 20 years later, how does it feel? The songwriter and producer, born Michael Eugene Archer on February 11, 1974, in Richmond, VA, spent much of his career wrestling with the scrutiny of his outsized genius. The son of a Pentecostal preacher and a devotee of Prince, a young D'Angelo started a group with two of his cousins called Three of a Kind. At 16, he scored MIC time on the coveted Rising Star Showcase Amateur Night at the Apollo. On his second attempt, he won. He took the $500 prize money and bought a 4-track and recorded the majority of the songs that would make up his debut. 2 years later, he signed a record deal. D'Angelo first broke through as the co-writer and producer of the single You Will Know by Black Men United, an R&B supergroup that included 1990s stars like Brian McKnight, Usher, R. Kelly, Boyz II Men, and Gerald Levert. The song's popularity built the foundation for a solo breakout, and in 1995, D'Angelo released his debut album, Brown Sugar, which blended traditional soul with contemporary R&B and went platinum the following year. Despite major success, D'Angelo constantly found himself at odds with his increasing profile. He slowed his activity in a moment when most would be ramping up, and struggled with the post-Brown Sugar direction of his music, which was delayed by spells of writer's block. The landmark album that finally landed in 2000, Voodoo, is among the finest ever made, solidifying D'Angelo as a defining voice of R&B's transitional turn of the millennium sound. One of a handful of records recorded by the Sal Aquarians Collective at Electric Lady Studios, Voodoo melded old-school funk ideals with a more freeform, groove-oriented songcraft. The album had its own psychedelic ethos, one carried by the players on tour, who congealed into the backing band the Soultronics. One of the group's members, bassist Pino Palladino, defined its musical philosophy as playing behind the beat, a rhythmic concept pulling from the rap beat-making savant Jay Dilla for a particular kind of back-phrasing using the guitar, bass, and even bass drum to defy the song's sense of time. The keyboards will be what some people consider out of time, he said, before shifting away from the theory of it towards something more intuitive, but it feels great. The music D'Angelo made came to be known as neo-soul, a term coined by music executive Keter Massenburg to market a new strain of R&B deemed less conventional and pulling broadly from alt styles beyond the genre's soundscape. Eventually, the artist started to view the tag as a box. I think the main thing about the whole neo-soul thing, not to put it down or it was a bad thing or anything, but you don't. You want to be in a position where you can grow as an artist. You never want to be told, hey, well, you don't do. You're not doing what you did on Brown Sugar, you know, because like right now, we're going someplace else. He said in a Red Bull Music Academy lecture in 2014, I never claimed I'd do neo-soul. I make black music. Voodoo won Best R&B Album at the Grammys, and the video for its hit, entitled How Does It Feel, helped that song become his signature and established D'Angelo as a sex symbol, to his dismay. After touring to support the album, ever conscious of and frustrated with his public image, he retreated from the spotlight. Though he would occasionally emerge to appear on songs for collaborators like Dilla, Common, and Q-Tip, the dynamic artist would not release another album until 2014. He recorded his third and final LP, Black Messiah, with a group called The Vanguard, which included Palladino, the drummer Questlove, the guitarist Isaiah Sharkey, and the horn player Roy Hargrove. It marked a critically acclaimed return and a shift to an analog, progressive soul sound that evoked There's a Riot Going On. The 1971 funk opus by Sly and the Family Stone, Black Messiah felt like evidence that D'Angelo, for all his reclusive tendencies, was always in tune with the cultural pulse. Those songs surging forth out of a 14-year hibernation to meet a fraught moment of police violence. There seemed to be a clear disconnect between his compulsion to be heard and his reluctance to be seen that led to a career plagued by ambivalence. Collaborators often noted that he was working on music, yet so little of it materialized. And only ever after great deferrals, the tug-of-war between his two primary impulses, inspired, instinctive maestro and hesitant sharer, is referenced on the Black Messiah opener Ain't That Easy, where the musician clues the listener in on his creative doctrine. Ever hit with a choice that you can't decide, direction left or right, shut your mouth off and focus on what you feel inside. See, y'all know I'm a go with my vibe. You won't believe all the things you have to sacrifice, just to get peace of mind. The sense that silence leads you to truly listen to your inner voice, and that peace of mind comes at a cost, felt instructive to his process, that music was something done in deference to self-actualization, and, thus, was not a performance, and that the celebrity that comes with groundbreaking art could be a disruption to any truly expressive undertaking. Even still, In flashes across his last album, you can sense a desire to lower the guarded walls of his perfectionist mindset and let others be privy to the interior world he kept concealed. When he sings, "I just want to take you with me to secret rooms in the mansions of my mind, on another life," you can hear the yearning in his tone. In the years after Black Messiah, D'Angelo's appearances became fleeting once more. In 2016, after Prince's death, he covered Sometimes It Snows in April on The Tonight Show, but then stepped away from a tribute for the singer at the BET Awards. In 2018, he had to cancel a run of European shows when a pre-tour checkup revealed an unspecified medical condition that required further evaluation. In 2021, he held a Versus show at the Apollo Theater, the place that kicked off his journey nearly 3 decades prior. Breaking from the conventional format to do a solo show filled with guest stars, last year, he released a 9-minute song with Jay-Z and James Samuel for the latter's film The Book of Clarence, and songwriter, producer, and longtime collaborator Raphael Saadiq later told Billboard that D'Angelo was in a good space, in control of his own destiny and working on a new album. He seemed to be preparing a comeback again, announcing a headlining performance at the 2025 Roots Picnic. But in May, he was forced to cancel the planned appearance, citing unforeseen medical delays from surgery. When asked by model Veronica Webb, in a conversation for Interview magazine in 2013, whether he saw himself as a lifelong performer, D'Angelo explained that, for him, the creative process went beyond the artifice that came with being an entertainer. "I plan to be involved in music, doing music, writing music, for the rest of my life," he said. "But I can't see the future. I don't know what tomorrow is gonna bring. To me, music is far more deep than making videos and doing s*** like that. Music's some deep s***. You know what I mean? So, if I ever come to a point where I decide to stop doing videos and performing or whatever, if it ever comes to that point, that doesn't mean I've stopped doing music. Music is me. That's what I am really. So, that's a part of me till the day I die."